Hello everyone and welcome back to the Journey Towards English podcast. Today we are tackling a common challenge that many of our listeners face, understanding English well but struggling to keep it fluently. If this sounds familiar to you, know that you're not alone. In this episode, we'll explore some of the key reasons behind this issue and provide concrete strategies to help you improve your spoken English skills. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you can easily understand what someone is saying in English, but when it's your turn to respond, the words just don't seem to come out? This experience of having strong listening comprehension but poor verbal expression is a frustration shared by countless English learners around the world. There are a few key factors to contribute to this disconnect. Number 1. Lack of confidence. Speaking a new language, especially in front of others, can be an incredibly intimidating prospect. The fear of making mistakes or sounding unintelligent can hold listeners back from actively participating in conversations. Number 2. Differences in grammatical structures. The way sentences are constructed in English may differ significantly from your native language. Translating your thoughts into the proper word order and grammar can require a lot of mental effort. Number 3. Vocabulary limitations. You may recognize many individual English words but struggle to recall the precise term you need to in that moment. Number 4. Insufficient speaking practice. If you don't regularly engage in spoken English, your verbal skills simply won't strengthen at the same pace as your listening comprehension ability. These obstacles are understandable, but the good news is there are proven strategies you can use to overcome them. Let's explore some of the more effective approaches. The first and the most important piece of advice is not to be afraid of making mistakes. Errors are natural and inevitable part of English language process. The key is to focus on your communication, not perfection. Far too often, language listeners get stuck in the mindset of needing to speak flawlessly. But the reality is, even native speakers make grammatical errors or mispronounce words from time to time. The priority should be on getting your message across effectively, not achieving linguistic perfection. Regular practice is also crucial. Find a conversation partner, whether it's a friend, tutor, or language exchange, and engage in fluent spoken interactions. This will help you to train your mouth or brain to form new words more easily. Even if you start off feeling comforted or making mistakes, the more you put yourself out there, the more natural it will become. And if you don't have a speaking partner, then don't worry. What you are supposed to do is just to stand in front of a mirror and speak to yourself. Another helpful technique is to shadow native English speakers. Listen to audio and video of fluent communicators and try to repeat exactly what they say. This can train your ear and vocal muscles to get used to natural rhythm, intonation, and sound of the language. Expanding your vocabulary base is also incredibly important. The words you know, the easier it will be to find the right ones to express your thoughts in the moment. Use flashcard apps and other tools to continually build up your lexical knowledge, and perhaps most importantly, try to stay positive and relaxed, thoughtful your language learning journey. It would be frustrating at some times, but if you approach it with patience and self-compassion, your skills will steadily improve. One final tip is to avoid translating in your head. Many listeners make mistakes of trying to mentally translate their native language thoughts into English before speaking. This adds an extra layer of cognitive effort that can tip you up. Instead, try to think directly in English language. One final tip is to avoid translating in your head. And at last, I would like to give you a tip by myself that I have used to improve my English. Well, you have to listen and read at the same time. You have to take a book and the audio of the same book written by the same author. And then you're supposed to listen it and speak it at the same time. This will help you to catch your mistakes so that you will be easily able to do it. And improve your conversation and pronunciation. And you'll easily know that what are your speaking mistakes and what pronunciation mistakes do you do. Remember, becoming fluent in a new language is a journey that can Take constant time and efforts. Be kind to yourself along the way. Celebrate your progress and don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're all part of learning process. I also make some mistakes while creating episodes. If you find this episode helpful, be sure to share with your friends or family members who may also be working to improve their spoken English abilities. And stay tuned for more episodes where we tackle common English language challenges head on. If you also on Instagram, then I'm waiting for you. If you want to engage with my English speaking skills and grammatical strings and pronunciation things, then you have to follow my Instagram account, which is by the same name of this podcast channel, The Journey Towards English. When you will search it on the search bar, then they will automatically give you the account. So I hope that you find this episode useful. Until my next episode, take care. Bye.